Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Force Lines Forever. Today, I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing Nemoxys map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. Starting off with Team 1 in the north and ending with Team 2 in the south. Starting off with Team 1's Eastern player, we have in Royal Blue, Freedom Cobra. He is an Aeon for this match as a 1,000 rated. To his west, we have in Tropical Ocean Blue, Silent Buck. He is another Aeon here for Team 1 as a 1,900. To his northeast, we have in Glow in the Dark Green, Zerbit 7, Zerbit V for short, or not for short, but a different way to pronounce it or whatever. He is a Seraphim for this match as a 1,200. To his southwest, we have in Batman Gray, Dominic DeCoco. He is a UEF for this match as an 1,100. And last but not least, for Team 1 on the northwest corner of the map is Glummo. He is a UEF for this match as a 2,000 rated player, the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. So Team 1's factional makeup, they have 2 Aeons, 2 UEF, 1 Seraphim, which means they lack the Cybran faction. Starting off with Team 2 Southeastern player, we have in Rust, it is Way She Goes. She is a Cybran for this match as a 1,700, the highest rated player on Team 2. To his west, her west, is Pepe's. He is an Aeon for this match as a 1,500 in Chevy Crimson. To his southwest, we have in Pac-Man Yellow, Alamotola. He is a Seraphim. He is a 1,400. To the northwest, we have in River Red, Lazy Noob. He is a Cybran. He is a 1,200. And last but not least, for Team 2 in the west, almost lost sight of him there. He is WASDs, WZDS. It's like WASD, but not Wazed. I think it's Wazed. Anyway, Wazed for short, I think is what I'll probably sit on for his name. But again, apologies if I do pronounce anybody's name incorrectly. And that is Team 2's last remaining player to be introduced, which means for Team 2 side of the map, they have at least one of each of the factions with 2 Cybrans to boot. Which means Team 1 is the only team lacking any sort of faction access, which would be the Cybran side of things. And for these 10 plays on the map, let's take a look at the reclaim situation. Currently sitting at 8,000 mass, which makes it 800 mass per player. Nothing to write home about, but it's better than nothing. So, you know, it's like I said, it's better than nothing. Taking a look at the mech count here on Team 1 side of the map. There is a Trimex position right here, here, and here. There's 4 Trimex positions on the front line with 1 in the back, as well as looks like a nice little 5-star mech position here for somebody to go and grab. Maybe share, maybe not share, but possibly we'll just go to 1 solitary person. Almost looks like that was where a player could actually have started. So it could have actually been a 6v6, but maybe they just didn't get enough in the time that they were sitting waiting for everybody to show up. And that is the mexes. That is the reclaim. Let's take a look at Royal players that headed off to and get in this game. We have a 1v1 in the west and a 1v1 in the midwest, 1v1 in the mid-east. Actually, okay, it's going to be more of a 2v1 kind of possible scenario here in the middle, kind of a floater between Zerby and Alamotola for their teams. And then 1v1 in the east. So no real crazy things in terms of players going in a different direction that is roughly expected or not expected and the like. So pretty much a standard array given the map that we so keenly are presented with. And I will shout out, thank you so very much for helping the channel to reach 2K, 2,000 subscribers. It's crazy to think about that the channel has grown this much in the past year and a half or so since I started doing videos on it. So thank you so very much for the support. Let me know in the community post on the channel which type of match you would like to be the 2K thank you video. I think Phantom is currently leading. Again, I have no idea what the exact is at the current moment because I'm recording and I didn't look it up ahead of time. I probably should have. Anyway, go ahead and vote on it. And for those who did already, thank you so much for doing that. And again, thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. It'll probably be, again, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday that I'll do the release of the video. I don't know. I haven't decided if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday yet, but it is going to be one of those 2 days. So if it's tomorrow, there it is. And if it's the day after that, That's the day after that. Taking a look at the game, we have tons of upgrades starting here for Team 1 and Team 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them coming online. We have gun, gun, and gun for Team 1 and gun, gun, gun for Team 2. Pretty much everybody going for an offensive side of things. But we did see that sensor package and T2 was also built on Silent Bug's comm. So a little bit more of a defense/utility upgrade versus the heavy amount of guns being built by everybody else in the game. Western side, no upgrade for Waze and no upgrade for Freedom, as well as no upgrade for Pepe's in the middle. I would not be surprised to see maybe a couple of comms down the middle here for Team 1. I am kind of surprised that Zerby hasn't come a little bit closer to the middle, but it looks like he is on his way now, so rectifying that. We do see in the West, guns, of course, now have been started here for Team 2's Waze. I just have to make a comment about it, like it's like a caster's curse. And something happens in the East. Units are starting to collide with one another, and comm action has occurred between Dominic of Team 1 and Lazy Noob of Team 2. And it is a Cybran v UEF affair, so hit point count will favor Team 1. Alamatola is moving inbound to assist. He has gun on board, and Zerby is inbound to assist, or at least push a little bit. We do see T2. TMD is online. I would love to see maybe some PD or something to maybe try to push the central line. Eastern side here is being overrun by Wei Shigo's forces. Wei Shigo, of course, has gun on board versus Freedom's no guns. That will put her in a huge advantage there. Western side is being stifled in terms of the movement northward here by Team 1's spam units. Dominique is in the yellow, but does have, of course, Zerby inbound to assist. Elamatola in the green, and Lazy Noob below a little bit, actually no, a little bit above 50% of his hit points. Team 1 on the Western side is pushing into Waze's position. Gun will finish, but Waze is suffering a lot of the deficiency in the hit point count and is not looking too hot. Team 2's way she goes, just piercing straight on through. The Eastern side range has been started on Freedom's comm. Most likely we'll go for speed next. Team 1 PD has been built to try to stymie this inbound aggression. A couple of T2 units also inbound to help assist with that as well. Looks like they did pull a little bit more attention away. PD was built to assist with that. 2v2 action here in the middle between Dominic, Zerby, and Team 2's Alamatola and Lazy Noob. Both the players on Team 2 are in the yellow. Dominic is in the yellow as well. Zerby trying to run down Alamatola's comm. It is gun and gun versus gun and gun, I should say, because gun indicates it's a free-for-all. Advanced trades has been started on Freedom's comm. He doesn't go for speed right after, interestingly enough, and stealth has been started on board way she goes as comm. Gun, speed, now done here for Pepe's. He already has range on board going for shield. We have some forces inbound on the western side of Lazy Noob's base. Nano repair has been started on Ali Matola's comm, and the game is kicking off. Players, essentially satisfied with a little bit of early build-up, and they're kind of wanting some action to occur, not this be a little bit of a more SimCity lazily built game. Waze is pushing back a little bit, but Glumbo, it's an M. I can pronounce letters, I swear. Being, just not as overly aggressive. He probably could be, but again, the further you push into your opponent's territory, the easier it is for snipes, the longer it is to get back home on, walking. So it's just, you have to be very, very careful how far you push in, and if you do push in considerably, you have to defend it, or you might just die. Nano, advanced range, Nano coming online for 3 players on Team 2. That's the Seraphims in the middle for Zerby and Alamatola, and then the Cybran in the east for Way She Goes. And advanced range started on Pepe's Iscom, who has shield, and of course the regular range and the speed on board. Speed almost done for Freedom over here in the east. He does not go for shield yet, but looks like he's not going to. The Nano will most likely be completed, and that'll be a retreat order for the comm of Way She Goes. Nano is done here for Team 2's Alamatola. Nano is almost done for Zerby. Pepe's with the advanced range and shield commander on board, being a little bit perturbed something by these spamming up of T2 PD by Silent Bug. Lovely to see more TMD built. Definitely needs a shield emplacement, maybe even a T2 artillery to help again solidify the central position on the map Of course, I do love the shield to assist with defensive measures over there. Nano is done here in the east for Way She Goes. It is, again, the range and speed upgrade. So Aeon Sniper Commander online for Freedom. Not Tanky Commander or Semi-Tank. Just Aeon Sniper versus, of course, Way She Goes. Way She Goes not in range of Freedom's Comm. Of course, facing down a decent amount of those Obsidians, but does have enough power to be able to one-tap them with their overcharge. Lovely grab there by Way She Goes. Nano has been started on Lazy Noob's Comm. His stealth on board, and now Elemental going for region ore. Zerby inbound with Nano and gun. Dominic still in the yellow, but in the high yellows right underneath that green little bar indicator, and Nano has been started on Waze's comm in the west. Lots of upgrades on the comms, lots of comm actions. I think I'm going to have to split things up because somebody might die if I'm not too careful. And I don't want to miss a kill, at least this early in the game. Elemental that does have the region aura upgrade online. Pepe's has come to join the fight. It is a 3v2 in favor of Team 2. Of course, we have the PD base of Silent Bug continuing to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and probably more annoying for Team 2 to slowly deal with. Freedom is being pushed back by Way She Goes. Has come the region really keeping her alive over there on the eastern side. Western side, Lemo has retreated, but is sending his forces out nonetheless. Looks like Freedom's kind of backing off, but maybe not. I don't know. No, yeah, it looks like he's backing off, so the fight has kind of died down a little bit in the east, but it is still very important to cover as much as possible. Obviously not losing coverage on any other particular side of the map that doesn't have any action, but this push inbound from Glummo trying to get in behind Lazy Noobs' base. Looks like it's a hook maneuver trying to get around Team 2's Waze's base, but I don't think it'll get super far. It does have T2 land tech, T3 land tech now obviously on land for Lazy Noob. Has some bricks, but the cliffside kind of annoying to deal with going after those units. Some go north, some go south. Looks like the south ones will take out a couple of, not twin mexes, but T2 mexes on that southern side. It looks like these mexes already been taken out. Looks like they were taken out by something at some point, but they are being rebuilt and reclaimed and the whatnot. Team 2, again, it's kind of a stalemate in the middle. Western side is slowly favoring Team 1, and the eastern side is favoring Team 2, at least by a little bit more than Team 1 on that western side is. This position here for Way She Goes is not going to be pushed back. It looks like Freedom is shifting westward to try to intercept the forces from Way She Goes. Couple of sniper bots very too close to the action here. Definitely needs to fall back immediately. A couple of snipers do miss, so their accuracy is not that great. We do see Splash has started on Zerby's comm. We could see a comm assassination attempt here from him. That is partially why that upgrade is so very deadly. It looked like there was some loyalist redirect systems, but there was not, so that was not what I saw there. Down in the south, it looks like the attack has been dealt with. Looks like it's been mainly handled by Pepe's comm and reinforcements from, looks like that was Waze came in to assist. Looks like now Pepe's is over here. Again, shield and sniper, so semi-tanky snipe commander here for Team 2. We'll see if he ends up staying there long term. We do see Waze, of course, is here as well. So it is a 2v1 in favor of Team 2, but now it's a 3v2 in favor of Team 1 in the middle. And actually, it's a 3v1 with the departure of Lazy Noobs' comm. This could be very, very bad. Okay, just 2 seconds. Why? Why are there 4 of them? Why? One, obviously you have to have. The second one is nice for a backup. Anything more than that is not necessary. Why? And even at 5. No. Why? Bad. No. Too many. Too many A headquarters is. I understand, but no, you don't need that many. He's upgrading to T3 as we speak. Please not tell me you're building. Okay, not building T3 in the back. I was going to say that's definitely not worth time and effort for that. Volcano grabs that nice little missile launcher nonsense inbound from Way She Goes, and I would not be surprised to see more levied this way to the north. Spearhead coming, says Waze, and I mean, yeah, there are some spearheads coming online. It isn't the end-all be-all unit. It is annoying at the minimum, but it's not like, oh my goodness, we're going to die kind of thing. Eastern side here, Way She Goes' position still will be fine. Looks like, I don't even know what the Harbingers were targeting, but they got it insta-wrecked pretty much by the Tucker Cannons and the forces here for Team 2. Looks like she'll take the opportunity to push in Try to go after this position at a minimum. Maybe even try to hook over here. This is now the de facto main base for Silent Bug. And in the south, looks like Zerby went and just assassinated Alamatola with his comm. And, yep, that's exactly what happened. Team 2 will suffer the first loss of the game. It is now a 5v4 in Team 1's favor. Apologies for missing that. But, again, I kind of called it with the splash upgrade. And with the departure of 2 comms here for Team 2, it was just... there wasn't any more support there. And so, well, any more support. There was just not that much support. And so being able to push in and just wipe somebody off the map is... kind of nice to do. Granted, it does give somebody on Team 2 additional bases, which which does go to Way She Goes. So that is something to watch out for as the game progresses. Her eco should go quite crazy. We have a couple of the nice little spooky little fire beetles. They're cloaking nonsensical things on board, blow up and cause some damage to occur. Definitely one of those very underutilized units. Unfortunately, it does get wiped out. There's probably an Omni somebody or something. Maybe a spy plane flew overhead for a moment and they saw it. But usually an Omni will spot those cloaking units. Again, that's why it's very not as successful in terms of hit rate or damage rate or whatever you want to call it, to be able to use cloaking on a more offensive side of things rather than the defensive side of things. But dropping in with a transport or something and just trying to one-tap a comm or a structure or something, it can't happen. It doesn't happen that much, but you know, it does happen from time to time. Zerby getting some PD creep literally in front of this position for Pepe's. I mean, that's a like, hey, we're just going to PD creep right in front of your face. Don't care. Just going to sit here and take the shots with nano, splash, and gun, able to deal up a decent chunk of damage per shot. Look at that. Multiple hundreds of hit points gone in a moment. Looks like Pepe's is fed up with the PD creep and goes, you know what? I'm kind of done with that. Strap Bomber's inbound from Way She Goes. T3 air online, and that is a kill for Team 2's Way She Goes. Gets revenge for her fallen teammate of Alamatola. Drops this game to a 4v4, and that's a player in the middle for each of the teams, which means there's no tipping one side really in favor of one side or the other, because it's essentially the middle player from Team 1 and the middle player of Team 2 wiped out. So there's no easy advantages going one way or the other. The only difference here between Team 1 and Team 2 is Team 2's Way She Goes keeps everything that she got from Alamatola, while Team 1's Glemmo keeps the backline mexes and whatnot, but gives the frontline stuff to Silent Bug so that he can micro stuff a lot easier there. Lovely move there, but Colossus down the middle here just goes after Silent Bug. Just broke right on through after the destruction of Zerby's common. Is now a 4v3 in favor of Team 2 at 23 minutes, almost on the dot. Missed that. That is going to hurt a lot of things. Colossus just barely started, and now all that stuff is essentially going back to Glemmo. And then some. Yeah, I will apologize. My sickness is on the tail end of it, but there's just like a cough or whatever the heck's just staying with me, so it's being annoying, so I do apologize if that is caught on the mic. I try to turn away as much as I can, but sometimes it's just not enough, so again, apologies ahead of time. Oh, and retroactively as well. We have a couple of some bugs over here to the east, just not really going after any targets, but doing some damage to the shield for all of these units here on this eastern side. Colossus still alive, does take out most of the mexes in this space, if not all of them. PD will not be enough to kill the Colossus and do a little happy dance. And now Team 2 is just rampaging in the middle. Eastern side trying to be pushed back here by Freedom. It looks like he'll do a pretty good job of doing that. Those Obsidian tanks are very annoying to deal with their additional hit points on board. But another kill in the west. Team 1 kills off Waze with a couple of some Percy. Strap Bomber over the top to try to help out. But that's another kill here in this game, dropping it to a 3v3. And this force in the west will maybe be headed off at the pass by Pepe's comm. But there are still a decent amount of Percys to be worried about. And there is... Oh, transport gets shot down. Oh, there were Percys on board. Those there... Oh, that's unfortunate. Looks like they were coming in to help. But with the reinforcements inbound from Lazy Noob, that should be enough to finish off that inbound force. But it is snipe after snipe after snipe here. Go GC, says Zerby. And there was a Colossus being built, but it was denied by that other Colossus, which didn't make it back home. It is pretty weakened, though, so it's not completely in a back-to-combat readiness stage. But, again, something's better than nothing, but it's definitely not worth sending it in, especially with that much hit point, have that many hit points remaining. Just is not really worth it. Air fight maybe will occur here for Team 1 and Team 2. Air fight will occur, but it looks like it will favor Team 2. ASF's not in a good spot to not really do a whole lot, unfortunately, here for Glummo. So that's going to be an air victory for Team 2's Way She Goes. Will drop this game, not drop this game, but be leading this game by about 36 hit points. 36 points. 36 ASFs. Man, I just cannot talk today. I can talk perfectly fine at work and at home and all that stuff, but I put the mic on, put the headset on, all that stuff, and it's just my brain goes to mush, and I just cannot talk at all. Or mainly my tongue just goes to mush, like it just doesn't exist almost. Glummo comm, so Team 2 is aware of where the comm roughly is. He is currently moving, but eventually if he goes underneath some stealth field generator or something, he will be hidden from view. Strap Hummer over the top, going after a nice little base on the front line. Not really going to take a whole lot out. Probably the Omni would be the best thing. Not Omni, that's a T2, not even an Omni to be taken out. And the attack in East is still occurring against Way She Goes' stuff. We see just more and more of the back-ish line mechs is being taken out. Way She Goes moves in with the gun and nanocom. Team 1 bombers overhead to help her, but if all these forces are nearby, the Harmagers aren't engaging the comm. Comm drops hit points very quickly. Maybe it could have been a kill on the comm, but it was more focused on the eco. I don't blame him. Eco, of course, is very important, especially if your opponent is producing a lot of it, which Team 2 is producing 1.1k collectively, while Team 1's Glummo is producing 600. So more mass individually for Glummo, but collectively Team 2 is leading. So there is kind of a give and take on that front. And that's partly due to the fact that Glummo has 3 bases and Lazy Noob and Way She Goes has 2 bases, rather than Way She Goes, as an example, having 3. 2 Colossi down the middle. I don't know if it's going to do that well. There are a lot of pillars just stacked up here. A couple of Perseus being dropped off by those Colossi arms. Oh, there goes that little Asylum. Just gets whipped around. This Colossus will try to back up out of range. A couple of Perseus still alive. Those are the main targets, however. And it looks like that Colossus will be fine. This one backed up just in time to get out of range of the Percy fire. Looks like that one might survive. But it is being focused down. It causes Team 1's Pepe's to constantly micro this thing. Another experimental down the middle here from Team 2's Lazy Noob now. Nice little monkey. And a third Colossi is online. There's more and more being produced all the time out of this base. Eastern side. Air Scouts over top, just getting some sort of vision on that side of the map. Anything big and spicy here for Team 1? No. Fat Boy, but that's not super spicy. And then that's about it. Team 2, do you have anything spicy? No. Is that a nuke? No, that's a P-Gen. And yeah, that's nothing really spicy yet. I mean, it's almost 30 minutes. Oh, and the unfortunate pathfinding for Team 1's forces. Oh, that's gotta hurt. They couldn't intercept that Monkey Lord in time. And they're gonna try to maybe cut this way, but that's not really gonna go anywhere. So that's unfortunate. Looks like some forces are stacking up next door to maybe be airlifted over to the other side of that mountain there. But the 3 Colossi, these 2 just kind of hanging out. This one is still alive, of course, barely even tickled. Barely even taking any damage. Eastern side, Harbinger is trying to get in range of the comm once again. There's more bricks here this time, so it's not going to be the same situation, and it's going to be enough to save her life a second time. And we'll drop, again, not super low. Does have Nano on board, so 108 hit points a second region, 20,000 hit points total, and is cruising to get about where his comm started at the beginning of the match at 10,000 hit points. She's of course, out of 20,000 max. But, you know, starting, it's just crazy to think about that. She has double the hit points that she started with. Missiles raining in from those spearheads, and Team 1 desperately trying to just clog the holes. This position over here to the east should be fine. I don't see any sort of... I mean, there could be more PD here, but the position itself looks perfectly fine. And that fat boy, again, not going to do enough damage individually. The Colossus is backing up. Definitely needs to turn around and go after those bricks once again. And it looks like some Ravagers being built to protect the fat boy that will inevitably be chased down by Team 2's experimentals, because why not? I mean, the fat boys are right there. You might as well go for it. Nothing else big and crazy going on here for Team 1 as of yet. And the Ravagers are opening up. Colossi will dodge some of the shots. There are some Perseus inbound to assist from Glummo. The forces from now Lazy Noob and Pepes are starting to stack together. Colossi inbound from the east to try to cut off Team 1's advancements. And these guys are just dancing over here, not getting any closer to the front line. More Key 2 PD are being produced by Glummo. And that Monkey Lord probably not going to be long for this world. Definitely not worth the time to try to push in or even retreat at this point. Kind of dug itself a little bit too deep of a grave and wiped out that experimental. Question size starting to be a little bit reclaimed more by Team 2's Lazy Noob, and it's just not looking good everywhere else in the middle here for Team 2. So they're winning the map control game, and they are winning the eco game 1.4 to 1.1. Both teams have lost 2 players each. Team 2 has lost Alamatola and Waze, or WZDS. And Team 1 has lost Silent Bug and Zerby. Let me know down in the comments who you think are going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And also, of course, vote in the post on the channel about what kind of match you would like to see as the 2K thank you game. I really do appreciate all the time and attention you give to each and every single one of these videos, and of course it's because of you that I can, you know, say that there's 2,000 subs on the channel. So thank you so very much. I can continue to just look forward with what is it? Anticipation. There's probably another bigger, fancier word for that. But I just really look forward to how high, how fast, and the channel can grow in all of the whatnot. Anyway, as I'm kind of just rambling on, huge horde of Perseus here for Team 1's Glummo, using that UEF tech very, very well, and of course using the Colossi experimentals more than the Fat Boys. It is nice to have more direct fire weapons, especially with Perseus, you know, since he's stacking up his Perseus. You know, if there was just Fat Boys, the Perseus wouldn't do anything because the Perseus would be in range. But at least with Colossi, they're actually in range of a decent amount of stuff rather than just kind of sitting back, hanging out, looking pretty. Is there going to be a second Fat Boy? Yes, there will be from Dominic, so maybe we'll see some more Fat Boy spam. So far, there's only 1, soon to be 2. Transport, picking up a comm, dropping him somewhere. I don't know where he's going, but he's going eastbound. I guess he's going to build some artillery positions and hang out, supervise that. Unit camp is reached by somebody for Glummo, but I don't think that's accurate because, you know, he has 3 bases, so that should not really be a thing. Anti-nuke has been spotted here by Zerby. Yep, there is a anti-nuke actually being built by Team 1, saying, hey, you probably should build that there. Air grid being expanded upon to the north, separating out. It is a pretty decent size air grid. Not super cascadey. Again, I kind of like the more diagonal layout versus the more, you know, box square setup. That keeps things spread out. Bombers somewhere here for somebody. Over here in the west here for Team 2's air player of Way She Goes. Using those actually a little bit more than I thought. A lot of players have been using them recently. I've seen them once in a while, and there's some games where you stack, you know, 20 or 30 of them. But I don't really see them deployed in very small numbers, you know, 2 or 3 at a time. Usually it's just not worth it because they either get shot down too easy or it's just not worth the, you know, 3,000 damage from 1 or 2 of them, you know, per bomb dropped. And that essentially amounts to maybe some damage on the experimental, for example, and just doesn't really kill anything. Grab over here being overwhelmed by a laser and a couple of very bright green lights. And Harmagers are starting to break on through that brick wall. Bombers will drop once again over here, and I don't think they'll get out of here a second time. Limo has some ASFs moving in to intercept, and that is going to be an air fight. They get all but one of them, but I think the most important thing is just alleviating the pressure on the land forces. Team 1 will gain air control from this fight. Nice grab there from Glummo. And the Colossi will break on through the PD and shield walls that are trying to be developed. Eastern side, bombers still dropping some payloads on some random facilities over there. Fat Boy pushing back the crab into the middle of the map. There's now a second one online, so not really a good day for him. And there's 3 Colossi, all of them completely just right off the assembly line. I don't know where the other 2 went, where they were badly damaged. Oh, they're right here. Look at that. 3 of them badly damaged. So they're still alive. Team 2's Pepe's has 6 Colossi online. Base on the western side for Waze is gone with the wind. It doesn't really exist much anymore, and all the remnants will slowly be eaten and maybe scooped up by Team 1, but most likely by Team 2. ASF's locking down the southern side of the map here for Team 1, trying to just take out the air grid for way she goes. Drops another payload, goes after another set of P-gens. Drops another couple more payloads. AA is being deployed. I don't think this will be enough to crack the entire air grid, but it is enough to at least kind of cut some of its life support. Not life support, but cut off some of its support. Kind of split it in half. The T3 air headquarters is the most important thing, and that is still alive. And it looks like Team 2's Pepe's artillery is slowly being built as we speak. Shield has been started on board. Dominic's comm done there. So he has T3, shield, and gun on board, sitting at 19,500 hit points. Looks like there's a power issue because he doesn't have a shield. So kind of interested to see if there he is. Okay, just want to make sure it's not the shield field and I read it wrong. Colossi v Colossi fight. Percy's moving in to assist. And there's a T3 mech up on that plateau that is not long for this world. 1 Colossus about to go down for each team. I feel like that one could have just sat there and just killed off this one. Percy's trying to just alleviate the pain here, but they're not targeting the Colossus. They're targeting that little mass storage up there. Now they target the right thing, and I think it's a little bit too late in that front. Very unfortunate. Thousands upon thousands of damage were negated essentially by that little mass storage existing over there. Fat Boy's in the middle here for Team 1, trying to push back this group of Colossus. They do kill off another one. This one does die for Team 1 as well. It pokes the bear a little bit, but I think Team 2 will not decide to chase because it's not really worth it. Missiles inbound. I don't think they've tracked. No, they haven't. There's no way. No, it's just that the angles don't look right. That was close. I'd say if they were 3 or 4 seconds sooner, maybe they would have gotten at least one of the Fat Boys' shields gone. Crab is gone. Asylums are back online. Couple of Ravagers being built up there. Looks like they did grab this shield. Nice grab there. Doesn't strike at the body, but hey, the shield is down nonetheless. Ravagers open up. Maybe they'll kill off this Colossus. No, but it might be with the Fat Boy pressure. Team 1 bombers overhead to help assist. Couple of Cougars back there to defend them. Team 1 bomber spam like that. Not looking too hot for the Fat Boy, but it does look like it's underneath a little bit more shield coverage, so it does get saved by its teammate there. So that actually will survive. Missiles are outbound. Need to keep moving. That missile grouping will kill that Fat Boy off. Here comes the attack. Ooh. Oh, just barely. I think essentially a second or two later actually would have been a lot better. Unfortunate, but lovely attempt. Almost got it 2 out of 3 times, but just barely not. Bombers taken out once again here for Team 1, and I feel like it's not really worth it at this point sending just a small group, just because there's not that many targets worth sending a bunch of bombers after. We do see the artillery piece almost done, which is a viable target, but Team 1 doesn't know about that yet. Oh, they actually know. They kind of do. Never mind. They should see the signature here shortly with the artillery being done here in a moment. Eastern side here, no big ticket items. Nothing in here for Team 1. What about on this western side? No, no, no. The only thing for Team 2 that I've seen so far, of course, is the artillery piece. Anything else is more either land experimentals or just shields. A couple of SMDs, but nothing more offensive, just defensive. Crab over here to the west, though, undeterred. Going to do some damage to the Mexes here for Glummo. Team 1 has caught up a little bit. It's 1.3, 1.5 for Team 2, so it's not as bad of a lead in terms of their being behind, but it's still being behind nonetheless, so that could make a difference. Eastern side here, we do see the artillery is landing on the air grid. It's not shielded, and the secondary one isn't as well. We do see shield generators being built. Shield land, actually though, the power generators are not online yet, so that SMD is taken out. That's actually a nice grab. There's no nuke online, but still taking on an SMD like that is quite nice. Air fights, nowhere to be seen. It is a little bit confusing sometimes when you have two players who have a lot of stuff that have very similar colors. It's like, wait, no, that's Team 2, not Team 1, or that's Team 1, not Team 2. Makes tracking things just a little bit more annoying. Fat point online for Glummo in the west. Trying to stop this Megalith from encroaching on their territory. We have a transport coming in to assist the best it can. Another strap bomber going to release a payload. Again, it's going to be after that Megalith. And is there going to be enough shielding in time? I don't know. Glummo, how's your power in the mat? Not great on the mass, but does get a power still perfectly fine. The shield emitter that they were building for a while now is denied. It is unfortunate. There's just strap bomber after strap bomber after strap bomber for Team 1, and they finally kill that thing off. Colossi in the middle. This one will go down here shortly. This one will go down for Team 2. I think this one's been alive for, it definitely has been alive for a while. I don't know if that was the first or second one. But we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 crabs online for Team 2. 2 Colossi. Missiles outbound once again from Pepe's. I don't think they're going to hit. I mean, he's now, what, 1 out of 4 for barrages? I do count that second one because it did hit the shielding, which maybe it hit that shielding. I wasn't zoomed in all the way, but maybe not. That could also be the one that was... this one's been alive more, so I didn't remember who was who. There's a fat boy on the ridge up there as well, but probably should be better off served is to send that down here to assist with pushing back, because there's 6 experimentals. Granted, you're not going to push him with just experimentals like that. It's going to be a bloodbath over there if you do. Crab over here to the east. Tons of flag. A decent amount, if not tons of bricks. Team 1 on the eastern side here for Freedom doesn't have any sort of T4 support, so not looking super hot. Building a Colossus back here. Probably a little bit too late to defend with just the T3 units, but we will see if it's enough to save the base or not. Artillery piece has a twin now coming online here for Team 2, or brother. Pepe is building a second one as we speak. Nuke online here for Way She Goes. That is not loaded yet, but it is built at a minimum, which of course is a lot better than not having one at all. Looks like the artillery has shifted focus to Glummo and Dominic's position up here to the north here. This is Dominic's base. Looks like Team 1's building a nuke in the base. Definitely needs to get more shields online to protect it, because again, 1 emissary isn't bad, 2 emissaries is not great, 3 emissaries is very concerning. Eastern side here, strap bomber's trying to thin out the herd a little bit, and that's another little spread out bombing run from somebody in this game. A lot of players, or just the air players specifically, building just small amounts of strap bombers and sending them in. Granted, I don't know if it's really accomplishing that much, taking out a lot of the flak, but huge amounts of damage on the bombers. I mean, it means they get maybe 2 passes in, maybe if they're lucky a 3rd, but not that many. Colossus coming in, stopping the Colossus construction here for Team 1's Glummo. Drop bombers inbound to assist, but it's not going to be there in time, and that Colossus will either be denied or be severely not looking great when it's finally emerged from its cocoon. Colossus still underway here for Freedom, but I just don't think he has enough mass or power or whatever else to really build that. My side is lost, says Freedom. It's just not looking good for him over there. Anything big and exciting here for Team 2? Crab coming online. Artillery almost done here for Pepe's. That's number 2. Scathis has been started here for Lazy Noob. So we have Artillery for one player, Game Winner for another player, and Nuke for the third. And I think between the three, that probably will be game unless Team 1 has something big and crazy that they're hiding from me. Can't see it. ACU spam in the middle there. Yeah, I just don't see that much crazy things here for Team 1 and Team 2. Or sorry, for Team 1. Team 2, I see a couple crazy things. We'll see if they amount to something. Because again, you could try to build it. You could get denied. You know, the game could be over. It doesn't even matter regardless if you built it or not, sort of thing. There's a lot of things that can happen. Colossus still is not done over here. It's about to tick over into the green. I just don't think there's enough, well, everything over there to stop this push. Team 1 doesn't have any sort of ground defenses, no real air defenses in the area at least. And if there are, it's just AA, not A to ground or AG. Artillery raiding into Dominic's base. Not looking good. His quarters is about to go down. His SMD that he built is probably going to go down. Satellite has been started for Glummo. I don't know if that'll be worth it at this point, especially with the artillery landing essentially right next to it already. Fat Boys on the western side keeping that side afloat, but again, I just don't know if it's going to be enough. We have attacks down the middle starting to emerge, and this attack in the east is looking brutal. With a couple of Colossi trying to stem the bleeding. Freedom coming in to assist with a nice little pulse wave of the EMP variety to help thin out the just DPS from all these bricks. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Again, that strap bombers are just being used very, very, I wouldn't say aggressively, but it's not sparingly anymore, just very abundantly. And most of the bricks get wiped out in the bombing round, but there's still a couple units remaining. It looks like the Colossus will be enough to deal with the rest of those units and the PD that were built on top of that. But again, look at that eastern side. It's gone. Freedom essentially knocked out of the game. Artillery landing in. That's a second satellite built here for Glummo. He's at number 2. And how is the Scathus doing? It's in the green. How is the Nuke doing? It's, well, it would be in the green. And the third emissary is almost in the green. So everybody, or at least almost everything, in the green here for Team 2. So it's going to finish pretty, you know, not consequently, just very, very soon. And it's just not going to be a good day here for Team 1 overall. Airfight does occur over top of Team 2's front line. And there is some AA underneath it, so it will make a difference. Team 1 is going to lose this fight regardless if they had the numbers or not, because I just don't see a way that Team 1 comes back. They have the air grid over here, but there's not that much of it compared to Team 2's, and some of it was gone. Team 2 does get air control, if not dominance. Pretty close working to supremacy. Artillery still raining in on the now 3 satellite base here for Glummo. Like I said, I just don't think it's enough. Missiles outbound. Maybe they'll get a kill on that Fat Boy. Shield is down once again. These Fat Boys just can't keep the shields online, can they? There goes the missiles. They will strike at the shield, taking out the shield here for Team 1's Fat Boys, but not actually deal damage to the actual unit itself. So a small victory. Nothing too crazy, but small victory. Satellites over top, of course, have noticed the Scathus. And the Scathus is going to finish. You need probably triple that to really break through that shielding. Probably at least 5, but obviously a healthy 6 is always nice. I like even numbers. Even numbers are just, I don't know what it is. I just like even numbers better. Like rounding up to the nearest dollar when you go out to eat or something. Just, I like whole numbers. Just give me whole numbers. Don't give me the cents or whatever. Just, it's $18.20. Okay, it's $19 or whatever. I just don't want to deal with cents and whatnot. I mean, I haven't paid for cash for stuff in a long time, but still. Scathus is done here for Team 2, and with, what, 3 artillery pieces plus a nuke loaded, it's just not, it's not viable here for Team 1 at this point. 49 minutes on the clock here. And here comes another crab inbound. Eastern side, again, looking devoid of the everything. And artillery looks like it's trying to target Glummo specifically. Is that another set of artillery pieces, or is that the same? No, that's the same one. Looks like they're just going after him in particular. Just cannot catch a break, that guy, can he? Look at that. The shots are going directly after him. Oh, he gets hit. Drops to 2/3, or sorry, 1/3 roughly of his shield generator. Gets on the transport and he says, "Get me out of there." Transport is going away. Scathus going to rain in on the satellite situation here for Team 1. They're going to try to keep that thing online with a T2 shield, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And the transport is wiped out. We had Glummo on a transport wiped out by Team 2's ASFs. Now a 3v2 back in favor of Team 2. And Freedom Control Ks, and with that, Team 1's Dominic's left remaining, and to desync, and it's over anyway. So desync, of course, doesn't count because it was essentially, what, 1 or 2 seconds at the end there. Team 2 wins the game, and it's just, I think it goes the way she goes. She did a very good job of this eastern side. Pushed, fell back, pushed, fell back. Wasn't super aggressive, but just enough to get some territory under her belt. Of course, I think she was responsible for the kill on Freedom. And it just kind of, again, alleviated. No, not Freedom. Freedom's still alive. Ooh, shoot. Zerby, that's right. Because the pressure in the middle was kind of mounting a little bit, but she killed off the comm in the middle, got revenge, and then the middle kind of died a little bit with its cohesion, especially with Silent Bug dying rightly after that. But again, let me know down in the comments what you felt the best game of the moment was. MVP, in my opinion, goes to Way She Goes. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video. If you haven't done so already, please like the video, comment, subscribe, and of course, check out the community page on the channel where it has the vote for what you want to see as the 2K video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next one.